Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yo yash shraddhaha sa eva saha. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, whatever is our shraddha, that we are. What is the shraddha? Shraddha is blind acceptance of something without experience. We don't know about God, but we accept there is God. See? Second part of the Shraddha is Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana. Whatever is said by the scriptures, whatever is told by the teacher, Satya Buddhyavadharana, that is the truth. So two things bring together: accepting something without experience. Second thing, what is accepted, whatever the scriptures tell and whatever the Guru tells. Now what the scriptures and Guru tell? Yehi vrittim jahatenam brahmakyam pavanim param vruthayate tu jivanti pashubhishcha samanaraha. 130th verse, it is said that the ultimate thought which can help us dissolve our personality is this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti. Now what is our Vritti? What is our acceptance as ourselves to be? That Aham Dehosmi, I am the body. Now this body notion is not in the body. It is in the mind. And what is in the mind is the thought. So as we are accepting blindly that I am this body, there is no logic, there is no reason, nobody told us that we are the body, and yet we live as the body in the same manner. Now the scriptures tell us that you are Brahman, so accept it. Now how can I be Brahman? I am Dambo. How can a Brahman be Dambo? Brahman is Dambo also. It's not only wisdom, everything. Therefore, those who do not practice this, ye hi vrittim jahati, jahati reject. Which vritti? Brahmakyam pavanim param. This Aham Brahmasmi, this insist that I cannot be the body, I cannot be the jiva, I cannot be therefore miserable. But whenever we are under the influence of the modifications of our mind and mood starts oscillating like the pendulum of an old clock. This side, I am not in a good mood. This side, I am in a bad mood. This side, I am depressed. That side, I am frustrated. Hare? So these are all the oscillations of the mind. See? Therefore, what is to be done? No, I cannot be miserable. Forgot, I am Brahman, yaar. Can Brahman be miserable? Play that you are divine. Play. And we are all in reality playing only. See? One moment we are, I am very happy today. For what reason? Mood gone. By the time why I am happy, the mood has gone. So those who do not practice this, then vruthat eva tu te jivanti. They are living in vain. The only purpose of our life is to allow the dormant divinity to become conspicuously manifest. Otherwise, Pashubhischa Samanaraha, then they are living like the animal. See? One day, Bhagavan Ramakrishna was sitting somewhere and some satsangis were sitting with him. And a person said, "Who is a Mahatma?" So the Kamandalus are more vocal than the Mahatmas. Because Mahatma is the one who is cool, calm. Kamandalus are the one, they make a lot of noise. So when this question was asked, who is the Mahatma? One Kamandalu Vacha, Kamandalu said, Mahatma is the one, if he gets the food, he eats. If he doesn't get, he goes away, he doesn't become miserable. So, the first Kamandalu asked the question, Thakurji, is it right? He said, no, what he told, that a dog does. If you give food, he eats. If you no food, he goes away. See? Then who is a Mahatma? If he doesn't get food, he does Bhagwan's bhajan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. This is what is called as Pavanim Matam. This supremely purifying insistence that I cannot be miserable. I cannot be the disgusted individual. Insist. And for that, what is to be done? Keep your mind. If nothing, go on humming the Lord's name. Go on humming some music. Whatever music, that will keep you. Don't give the mind any chance to be depressed and dejected. ये हि वृत्तिं विजानन्ति ये ज्ञात्वा वर्धयन्त्यपि ते वै सत्पुरुषा धन्या वन्द्यास्ते भुवनत्रये. And contrary to the earlier example, ye hi vrittim vijananti. Now those who have recognized, this is the meaning of this Aham Brahmasmi vritti. See? When we are told Brahman is bigger than the bigger, then don't have to imagine, now my body has become so big. No. The formless is bigger than any form. The silence is bigger than the sound. The known, the knower is bigger than the known. See, friend, the substratum is bigger than the supported. This is the meaning. So, yehi vrittim vijananti, those who are now abiding or practicing this knowledge, be attentive. One person asked me this question. You people tell that do Atma Chintan, and you also tell Yato Vacho Nivartanti Aprapya Manasasaha, the mind cannot comprehend the truth, and you say go on contemplating by the mind. Atma Chintan, what should we do? First of all, get confused. The confusion is something like, the virus vaccine. When the vaccine is injected, it starts activating the antibodies, and antibodies are created. So when the antibodies are created, we become capable to fight if the disease comes. Exactly the same way. When a doubt comes in the mind, the doubt starts working. What could be the reason? Sometimes they say that the mind cannot comprehend. Sometimes they say the mind is the instrument through which we have to comprehend. Then we start, I don't know what, why not go and attend satsang? Maybe something comes up there. See? Therefore, confusion is a necessity in life. Those who are not confused, they are dead. That means we are all alive. Yes. See, so, yehi vrittim vijananti. So, what is the meaning of Atma Chintan? Atma Chintan means absence of Anatma Chintan. See? What is the silence? Can you hear the silence by the ears? No. So if you have to learn and know what is silence, what you have to do? Stop listening to the sounds. How to do that? As you listen to Vedanta. Same technique. There is no different technique. Eyes can see only colors and forms in light. If you want to see the darkness, what you have to do? That do not give any value and importance to the light. Therefore, Atma Chintan means when there is no objectivity left in our mind. Objectless awareness is Atma Chintan. So, yehi vrittim vijananti and ye jnatva vardhayantyapi. And those who have now understood this principle, when there is no objectivity. Now see how objectivity is overpowering us. First, sound is the object. So we discard the sound. Then what we do? Then we start making absence of the sound as an object of knowledge. See? The other day somebody came to Lonavala and told me I was doing some work. And when I am doing some work on computer, I am extremely expert in forgetting what I am doing. So while doing that, suppose you are labeling some particular file, and if somebody asks in between, then gone. Pata nahi what I was doing. So the moment he said, hang around after 10 minutes. So he sat 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, he said, Swamiji, it's a frightening silence here. How can silence frighten you? So what was the object of his knowledge? Absence of sound was an object. That means the objectivity from the knowledge is not deleted. It is still maintained. Therefore, here when the teacher says, first of all, the step is the objectless awareness. We do not contemplate on any object of the world. Object includes anything recognized as not I is called as object. See? Chair is an object, furniture is an object, husband is an object. Is recognized as other than I. So when this objectivity from the mind is removed, then what remains? Now what are you experiencing? Now I am experiencing the absence of the object. So you may be experiencing the absence of the object, but the objectivity is maintained in the mind. It is something like one desire is fulfilled, but then there is desire for another thing. So desire may be fulfilled, but the desire virus is not removed from the mind. See, therefore, yehi vrittim vardhayan vijananti, ye jnatva vardhayantepi. Now, how to increase this brahmasmi vritti? See, so first, object. Second, absence of the object. Third, going beyond the presence and the absence of the object. First, sound or the noise. Everybody keep cool, quiet, enough of the sound. So everybody keeps quiet. How peaceful it is. So our experience is with reference to the sound only. Either the presence of the sound or the absence of the sound. Objectivity is maintained. But vardhayanti means what? When the presence and the absence of the sound makes no difference. See? Earlier we did not know that we are not the body. Now we know we are not the body. Does it make any difference? That means now you are establishing the truth. See? Therefore, ye jnatva vardhayantepi te vai satpurusha dhanyaha. Those great masters are blessed indeed. They have fulfilled the divine will through them. Te vai satpurusha dhanya and vandyaste bhuvanatraye. And they are worthy of worship and respect and reverence in all the three worlds. See? Therefore, all the spiritual practice is only changing this. When I am the body, then the horde of next generation is born. Litters. I am husband, I am wife, I am in-law, I am outlaw, I am good, I am bad, I am officer, I am subordinate. There is no end to that. And we go on carrying these loads on our mind and imagine we are walking spiritual path. See friends, if we really mean spirituality, it simply means we are not getting disturbed because of anybody on any issue. But normally what happens? I versus you. The whole time is spent only on this. So, te vai satpurusha dhanya vandyaste bhuvanatraye. Yesham vritti samavruddha paripakva cha sa punaha. Te vai sat brahmatam prapta netare shabdavadinaha. Yesham vritti samavruddha and paripakva cha. Now those whose this experience of being the infinite, undivided, beginningless, endless, conscious, blissful being, this experience is paripakva. Paripakva means now nobody can shake you. There is one nyaya is called as sthuna nighana nyaya. When they fix the post in the soil, they make a hole and put the post, wooden post. And then they will be putting the soil and the stone and jam it with some heavy weight. And again they move it. So that the soil which has gone at the base, it becomes compressed. And again some space is formed. And again they put stones and the soil and again jam it. After that, again they move the pillar to such an extent that now the pillar no more moves and there is no possibility of making any space between the wall of the post and the wall of the hole. There is no possibility. Then it has become firm. Nothing can shake. In the same manner, be attentive. Take every experience of your life as a spiritual examination. And what is an examination? Wherein you are assessed by asking questions. And then you have to answer, not reply. In examination, we don't have reply books. We have got answer books. Otherwise, you ask a question to the student, what is the kingdom, what is the capital of India? The student writes, come on sir, you know it very well. That is not the way. Answer must satisfy. Then only we are firmly rooted in this. So, yesham vriddhi samavruddha And paripakva. Paripakva means now nothing in this can create any doubt or suspicion. There is no seed of doubt. See? Like it happens in many people, students or the seeker's life. I mean, I have been, in this line for many years. भगवान का बहुत किया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. भगवान का बहुत किया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. What is the knowledge and meaning you can draw from this statement? भगवान का सब कुछ किया. Means what? कुछ नहीं हुआ. Means what? See, friends, that is not spiritual life. It was a wrong investment. So, ईशाम वृत्ति समावृद्धा परिपक्वा च सा पुनः ते वै सद ब्रह्मताम प्राप्ता. Now they have in truth merged in the absolute. That doesn't mean they will disappear. Because earlier the notion was aham dehosmi, I am the body. Now the wrong notion is removed. Be attentive. It is here J. Krishnamurti and Vedanta differs. J. Krishnamurti is to say that you people only create a replacement of the notion. No, it is not true. The wrong notions are removed without creating the new notions. It is not the notional existence we are talking about. Today our notion is I am the body, I am the jiva. Then we are told you cannot be the body, cannot be the jiva. Then are you absence? No. You are non-notional experience. See, in the waking we have got how many notions? I am husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, father, etc. In the dream the similar kind of notions. In the deep sleep the notion is I am nobody. But in this experience it is not a notion. It is just an experience without attachment of any notion to it. Te vai sad brahmatam prapta na itare shabdavadinaha. And not others who are only talking, and argument and reason and logic and discussion. No. See? Therefore, you must have seen, recently we were in Malsa. I never entertain, encourage question answer session. It's a nonsense. And yet, some people, Swami, please, okay, please. Chill. Now start question answer. How many we should have? 1 hour? I said we will have 10 hours. Come on, start. All the questions, answers were over in 2 minutes. What next? Pucho na. Why do other you ask? See? There is no question, friends. See? Question can come only about others. About your own being, there cannot be question. And if this is the destination that we have planned, any question you ask, you go away from yourself. See? If we ask a question, but why my mother-in-law is like that? You have gone away from yourself. Why my wife is like that? You have gone away from yourself. See? Therefore, friends, it is necessary that we are not Shabdavadinaha. One of the most important spiritual practices is this. Talk less or don't talk. See? Some people who come and work with me, and I am very selective only for one reason. Those who don't talk, to them only I talk. Otherwise, Ram. The more you talk, the more nuisance you create. The more unwanted things come. But then the old habits die hard. Therefore, na itare shabdavadinaha. They are unnecessarily getting locked up into unwanted arguments. Further, kushala brahmavartayam vrittihina suraginaha tehi ajnani tama nunam punarayanti anticha. And kushala brahmavartayam, these people who are shabdavadinaha, who are only argumentative. See, argumentative people, one of the quality is, suppose they are talking to you and you want to reply. Okay, I'll tell you. They will not allow you to talk. They will increase your... But Swamiji, I... Swamiji, because... It is very necessary that we have to learn more of silence. Shabdavadinaha. Or else you get lost only in unwanted talks. See? You must have seen, I do not get involved with any of the audience. Like, Raman Bhai was angry with me today. I asked him, excuse me, what is your name? He said, Swamiji, you asked me this question 365 times. I said, I appreciate your memory, you are counting. What is the need? We have got less garbage in the head that you collect everybody's name and then get forget. Therefore, my technique you follow, you will never be miserable. Address the people, Mahatma ji aiye. He also feels good, you don't have to remember anybody's name. See? Unwanted gossiping is good on page 3, not on page 1. Kushala Brahmavartayam. Such people are very much talking about, do you know, I have completed this Upanishad, I have completed that Upanishad, I have completed Ram. Many people, Swamiji, kuch naya lo. Is it a menu or what? So, Kushala Brahmavartaya and Vrittihina Suraginaha. But they are nowhere near their divine being. See, friends, when you come out of your house and sit in the car and somebody comes and asks you, Swamiji, where are you going? One person asked me. I said, I am going to the toilet. Swamiji, why you say like that? I said, naturally, when I am sitting in the car out of my house, I will be going out. What is there to ask? But then why do you say in the toilet? I said, because I didn't want to reply your question. See? So when you sit in the car, you go away. In the same manner, when you sit in the ahankar, you go away. See? You know Maruti car, you don't know ahankar. Don't go away. Be with yourself. And whenever we talk, now be right. Now we do the experiment. I am saying some words and find out where you are. Om Sri Ram. Om Sri Ram. So when you heard, you are in the sound. When you were listening to the silence, you were in the mind. But when you are with yourself, sound and silence, they are equal. Sounds cannot disturb you, and silence cannot give you peace. Otherwise, talking all kinds of nonsense, no. So, vrittihina, they are no more anywhere near their real nature. And suraginaha, extremely attached to the world. Extremely attached to the things. Please remember, these are the two reasons which is the load that we carry throughout our life. Unload these two things and see the joy. See, I am on a mood of cleaning my house last 2-3 days. So when I had taken out so many things, and they were not on my head, but I am feeling so relieved. Khatam ho gaya. So what are the two loads that we carry? Number one, possessiveness. Never possess anything or anybody in life. See, to elders, we should not possess. To elders, we should belong. See, like there are so many people around us. Those who possess us, they suffer. Those who belong, they enjoy. Because possession is a load. And belonging is unloading. See? Therefore, let us take an example. Who phoned me from USA today or last night. They don't allow us to sleep. Last night. Swami, you please tell something to my husband. I said, who is talking to me? You. So I should talk to you or him. See how stupid. If you are talking to me, I can talk to you. And how will I talk? Should I talk in terms of breaking you or uniting you? Then your problem is you are possessive about your husband. Don't be possessive. You belong to him. One example I will give you. There is one couple, they are my host in USA. And when I go and stay with him for the first time, about 10-15 years before, so I said, hey Appu, I call her Appu. I said, hey Appu, you do not know me, I do not know you. What is that because of which you have decided to host me? Swamiji, how do you say we don't know you? We know you. But I never met you. No, we have been listening to you so many times. And after listening to you, all our fights between us have totally ceased. And therefore, okay, tell me what is the jadoo? Let me also learn. You know what she told me, Swamiji, earlier, because both of us are educated, both of us are software engineers, both of us are earning a lot. Every issue, argument, logic, everything. Car has to be brought, why this car, why not that car? See, a screwdriver is to be brought, why this, why that? A fridge is to be brought, why this, why that? Every time, only fighting. That was our steady, lifestyle. Then when we started listening you, then that girl said, Swamiji, I have understood my mistake. That I was making everything as a prestige. Now I am very clear. All the things in the world, where to invest and where to go and buy, everything, he is better than me. I know it very well. And yet, it was a prestige issue for me every time. The day I stop this, there is peace at home. See, friends. Now I know never go one step ahead of him. He decides and I agree. The whole load is gone. Now I don't possess him. I belong to him. See the difference. Therefore, when the teacher says here, Suraginaha, those who are too much attached to their own ideas, own views, such people make themselves miserable and others miserable. So, Kushala Brahma Vardayam, going to Satsangi is the profession. And Vrittihina Suragina, Tehi Ajnani Tamaha. They are the fools of the highest order. Ajnanitama Nunam Punara Yanti Yanti Cha. Such people are again and again miserable every now and then. I am not bringing death and birth in between. Forget about death and birth. Those who know how to live happily, they will die happily also, because they never die. Miserable people never live. See, Punara Yanti Yanti Cha means thereafter they refuse to be miserable. What is important is our peace of mind, not the pieces in the outer world. See? Therefore, they are vrittihina suraginaha. Simply attending satsang is not enough. We have to change ourselves. And if we don't change, nobody can help us. And friends, if we change, people around us know. And what is that understanding? We become like a source of magnet, a charismatic and very loving personality. Even an unknown person feels good. Nimeshartham na tishtanti vrittim brahmamayim vinam yatha tishtanti brahmadya sanakadya shukadaya. As the great masters like Sanaka, Sanatana, Brahmaji, etc., Shukacharya, as they are remaining ever rooted in this experience of being the infinite, although expressing through the instrument of finite. Imagine this way. The bulb starts thinking, I am superior than other bulbs. Why? I am in the temple, other bulb is in the toilet. This is you versus me, samsara begins. Then second stage. I am the light, but I am lucky light. I can illuminate God, and the other light can illuminate toilet. Still we are at the Jiva Bhava. Third stage. The light, whether it is illuminating the temple or the toilet, does not become holy or unholy. Next stage. When the bulb becomes fused, light is no more there. In the absence of the light and the bulb, there is no loss to the electrical energy. Living in this experience, this is what is said here, that vrittim brahmamayim vina na tishtanti. The great masters like Brahmaji, Sanaka, Sanatana, Ityadi and Shukadayaha, they are ever rooted in this abidance. Nimishartham, even for a fraction of a moment, they have never forgotten their essential nature. And all of us suffer only because of this, a momentary forgetfulness. Momentary. Whenever we lose our tongue, we forget that before whom we are talking. And there we speak a very bad word, very bad language, high pitch. And afterwards, I am so sorry. Friends, be attentive. The wound made by a knife can be healed. The wounds made by the words can never be healed. See, the curse that was given to Parikshitji was through words. And it is only by listening to Bhagavat, it is also words. Bhagavat is nothing but a Vangmayi Murti of Bhagavan Krishna. Then only he was liberated. In the same manner, in our life, all the confusions and chaos is because of this dirty mouth, which is like open gutter. And therefore we suffer. See, if a bad word slips from our mouth, understand we are no more worthy of calling ourselves a human being. But why it happens? Only fraction of moment we forget. Because overpowered by anger, overpowered by greed, overpowered by possessiveness, overpowered by the relations. See, these are the loads which doesn't allow the divinity in us to surface. Now, after having given the importance of this Aham Brahmasmi, now how do we practice this? 135th verse. Karye karanata yata karane nahi karyata karanatvam tato gachet karya bhave vicharataha. Now let us start. Karye karanata yata. The cause is present in the effect. Gold is the cause and the ornaments are the effect. So the gold or the cause is present in the effect. Karane nahi karyata. But in the gold there is no ornament. See? The ornament cannot exist without the gold, but the gold can comfortably remain without becoming an ornament. Therefore, karya abhave, if there is no effect, can you call something as a cause? See? So what is the principle of practicing this knowledge? Go beyond cause and effect. Going beyond cause and effect is acceptance of the world as it is. See? No complaints, no achievements, no failures. And where is the cause and effect? It's only in the mind. See, when my own daughter is to be dealt with, or my daughter-in-law is to be dealt with, what a difference it makes. Because cause and effect. She is my daughter, she is not my daughter. Therefore, to practice this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti, this is the first technique told, that the cause is present in the effect, but the cause can remain independent of being an effect. So, in this world which is effect, God is present. But in the God, this world is not there. See? And thus, the God, the reality is the truth and not this world. So don't get entangled in this cause and effect. See, you have heard from me dozen times. Delete these two words from your dictionary. Why and how. On this you will ask a question. But why and how? If you delete these two words, you have nothing to talk. But then how will we live? How has come? See? Our whole life is whiling away by howling at the life. Why? Further, Atha Shuddham Bhaved Vastu Yadvai Vachama Gocharam Drashtavyam Mrut Ghateneva Drishtantena Punah Punaha. Now, by this technique, Vastu Shuddham Bhaved, be very attentive. Karya Karanata gone. The colors and forms are the effects, vision is the cause. If the cause is not there, effects cannot remain. But if the effects are not there, nothing happens to the eyes. Then we go one step further. The eyes are the effects, mind is the cause. Eyes cannot function without the mind, but the mind can remain even if the eyes are blind. Now the mind is an effect and pure conscious existence, called here as Brahman, is the cause. So when the mind is enfolded or unfolded, it makes no difference to this conscious principle. Therefore, this conscious principle is independent of the mind and its modification. Therefore, this is the ultimate truth. So what will be the spiritual practice? Let the worldly objects not bug us. Let our weakness for the sense organs not overpower us. Let the mind be not moody but disciplined and educated. And then alone we can transcend the mind and come to live as consciousness, although functioning through the mind, as consciousness, although functioning through the body. This is what is called here as Atha Shuddham Bhaved Vastu. Then one comes to recognize the immaculate, pure being which supports everything but is never contaminated by anything. Yadvai vachama gocharam. And this you cannot speak about. This cannot be spoken about and it cannot be seen or shown because it is your own essential nature. Anenaiva prakarena vritti brahmatmika bhavet udeti shuddha chittanam vritti jnanam tata param. In the 136th verse, the teacher has given the example, drashtavyam mrudghatenaiva drishtantena punah punaha. So there, this is from the Upanishad. The drishtanta example is like the pot is born out of the clay, but the clay can remain without becoming a pot. I give the example of the water or another, but meaning is the same. Now, anenaiva prakarena, in this manner, by this method, vritti brahmatmika bhavet. Now see what is happening. We are rejecting that which can be rejected. See, we can reject the objective world, we come to the sense organs. We reject the sense organs, we come to the thoughts. We reject the thoughts, we come to the mind. We reject the mind, we come to our own presence. Now, you cannot reject yourself. Aheyam, that which cannot be rejected, that eternal presence. We all experience, but not as an object, but the objectless awareness. And this experience is neither through the sense organs, organs of action, mind, intellect. All these instruments of knowledge, they become important to cognize this being. When this is practiced again and again, then vritti brahmatmika bhavet. Then we are practicing aham brahmasmi. Further, udeti shuddha chittanam vritti jnanam tataha param. Thereafter, shuddha chittanam, those whose mind is pure. This is another important principle. Pure mind is that mind where the intense longing to discover one's essential nature takes possession. Like we are possessed under the influence of anger or any liquor. In the same manner. So, Shuddha Chittanam, nothing in this world is more important than the truth. Udeti Vritti Jnanam. For such masters, such great seekers, this Vritti Jnanam takes place. And then Tataha Param, Karanam Vatirekena Pumanado Vilokayet. Now first, the student should practice. Karanam Vatirekena. First, Adav, Now see these two words, Vyatireka, Anvaya. Understand this. These are technical terms and very, very effective in coming back to your own being. First, Vyatireka. The gold exists without becoming the ornament. Therefore, the gold is Vyatireka with reference to the effect. Now, Anvaya, inclusion. So, Vyatireka is exclusion and an Anvaya is inclusion. And in all the ornaments, gold alone is. Say two things. Therefore, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is gold is the reality and ornaments are the manifestation of the gold by the superimposition of name, form and the utility. Three things. See? Tasmin drishte paravare. Upanishad says, Vidyate hridaya granthi, siddhyante sarva samshayaha, kshiyante chasya karmani, tasmin drishte paravare. Para is the cause. Apara is the effect. He who recognizes the truth from both standpoints, the unmanifest and the manifest. In the language of devotion, Paramatma is Nirguna Nirakara, Saguna Nirakara and Saguna Sakara. Attributeless, formless, with attributes no form, and with attributes and with form. This complete knowledge alone is the right knowledge. If we insist that no, gold is that which doesn't have form at all, then where from the form of the ornaments have come? If gold doesn't have the form. Therefore, gold supports all the forms but doesn't get influenced by any form. This understanding alone is the ultimate understanding. So, Anvayena puna tadhi karye nityam prapashyati. This is what is meant, that first of all we come to discover the divinity that we are, and from the divine standpoint when you look at the world is nothing but Paramatma alone. Like the water can never see the ocean or the waves as anything but the water. See? Therefore, karyehi karanam pashet, paschat karyam visarjayet, karanatvam tato nashet, avashishtam bhaven munihi. How beautiful it is. See, karyehi karanam pashet. So start perceiving the cause in the effect. Start seeing the gold in the ornaments. Start seeing the God in the whole creation. And then paschat karyam visarjayet. Now don't look at the world as the world, but now look at the world as God. First, recognize the world as the effect in which the God is. Second step, discard the world. Now what is the world? Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti pancha amshakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagat rupam tatodvayam. So the name and the form, that is the world. The moment in the deep sleep, our name and the form disappear. The world disappears. See? The moment we are awake, hold on to the form of the body and the name, and then the samsara begins. See? This is what is called as the Maya, vibrant in our country. Therefore, when you are alive, still you can make your statues. You can see what is said in our Upanishad is so true. Maya is active everywhere. Karyehi karanam pashet, paschat karyam visarjayet. Then discard the objectivity and the name and the form. Then what happens? Karanatvam tato nashet. If there is no cause, there is no effect, then what happens? The one who has supported both the cause and effect is beyond the cause and effect. See? Waker and the waking world. See? Husband and the wife, the son and the father and the son. So one man is appearing in three ways. So the man is an effect with reference to his father. The same man is a cause with reference to his son. When the father dies, what happens to the son that the man was? And when the son dies, what happens to the father that was? And when the wife dies, what happens to the husband that was? Where they are gone. So all that is mutually dependent is not real. But that which is supporting all the mutually dependent variables is the ultimate. In this manner, karanatvam tato nashet avashishtam bhavet munihi. Only the truth alone remains. Bhavitam tivra vegena vastu yan nischayatmana pumanstaddi bhavet shigram neyam brahmara kitavata. Bhavitam tivra vegena. See, what we lack in our life is sincere intensity to discover the truth. This is what we lack in our life. Unless there is intensity, we can never be committed fully. See? Our condition is like a spoiled child who is grazing since morning like a goat. And Indian mothers only eat. So he is called at lunchtime, come on, take food. Now he has eaten since morning so much he doesn't have hunger. But Indian mothers love, you should feed them till they become fed up. So the child is forcibly brought to the dining table. And then he looks at what is not. I want curd rice. And that day there is no curd in the house and rice is not cooked because it is Ekadashi. Oh God, I will not eat. Why this nakhra? Because there is no hunger. Starve that fellow since morning up to 2 o'clock. And thereafter make the tissue paper into a sandwich shape and give it to him. Mummy, very tasty, naturally. Taste is not in the food, it is in the hunger. See, friends, why the difficulties come in our life? Because we are not hungry. We lack commitment to the truth. Why we lack commitment to the truth? Because we have not recognized the value of it. See, friends, it is for this purpose that the scriptures tell us that such and such was a king who ruled for 10,000 years and then he left everything and then he has gone to the forest and he did tapasya. These are not cock and bull stories. The moral of the story is, even if you are a king of the whole world ruling for thousands of years, yet you can never discover fulfillment in this material world. See, the story of Yajnavalkya, he goes to the forest, divides the kingdom into two. Gives to one wife number one, wife number two. The second wife is intelligent for a change. And then she says, you take this kingdom to the other wife. I will go with him because I know he will not do anything unless it is more beneficial. She must be the daughter of a Baniya. That's how you know. She must be like that. Therefore, friends, bhavitam tivra vegena vastu just nischayatmana. A firm resolution. Other than this, nothing else we want. See? Karyam va sadhayami, shariram va patayami. For us, what we want? We are sitting comfortably and our huge structure called as the wife is standing all studded with gold and diamonds, and two useless children, grandchildren are sitting in our lap and they are playing with their nose and ears, and then you are counting the $1,000 rupees notes continuously, and Bhagavan Krishna comes and you tell him, wait, let me count this thing. This is what is our imagination of devotion on the spiritual path. See, friends. So, Puman tadhi bhave shigram sneyam brahmar kitavat. The example is like the pupa, when it becomes a butterfly, first the caterpillar and then the butterfly, they are committed, they are stuck to one place, nothing else. See, that is what is called a samadhi. And then only the metamorphosis takes place. Adrishyam bhava rupam cha sarvameta chidatmakam savadhanataya nityam swatmanam bhavayet buddha. Then one is further going. Adrishyam bhava rupam cha sarvameta hi chidatmakam. Now there is nothing as an object, but it is only the same conscious being, only extended in the form of the world. यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मा एव अभूत विजानतः तत्र को मोहः शोकः एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः. When one comes to discover that his whole world is own extension, Atma eva abhut vijanatah, he is abiding in this experience. Tatra ko moha ka shokaha. How there can be any delusion and grief in his life, and therefore the symptom of a wise man is he is never miserable. If you are miserable, you are otherwise. So savadhanataya nityam swatmanam bhavayet buddha. Therefore savadhanataya, this I told you, all spiritual practice is living in utter alertness, vigilance and quietness. सावधानी से जीने को साधना कहते हैं. Our life is mechanical. He said like that, I said like that. He was, whether I am or Ram. See, there was one lady from Australia. She used to write me every now and then emails. First of all, I read, second time. Now I have made a rule. Any email which is more than 3 lines, I don't read but I reply. Noted the contents. Thank you very much. Bhagwan jane kya hai. There is nothing in that. Only complaining about the whole world. Thereafter, I told, if you happen to be in India, meet me. Or else, whenever I come to your country, you see me. She met me in Australia. And then, Swamiji, you tell me, who is right? He is right or I am right? I said, both of you are wrong. I am right. I said, please understand this basic principle. What do you want to prove? Do you want to prove that he is a bad person and you are good? And suppose it is proved, what will be the conclusion? This is not thinking. This is perversion. Thinking should be that this is the situation. How do we come out of the situation? Don't try to prove who is right and who is wrong. The original mistake is made by God. He created us. Don't get into that kind of thinking. But he said like that, tell me who is right. No. Only one thing, keep cool, silent, surrender. Let somebody think for you and you be happy. See? Like, for my clothes, for my food, I don't think, somebody thinks, Swami kya le aao? Bheja le aana. Aage nahi hai. That is why I told you, I am vegetarian. So, savadhanataya nityam swatmanam bhavayet buddha. Live in utter awareness. Savadhanataya. Nothing in this world can justify that you are disturbed, you are miserable, you are frustrated. No. Our lifestyle is like what? I have a driving license and I complain about the traffic. The traffic or the buffaloes on the road, they don't have driving license. You have the driving license, you should drive properly. See, in the same manner, we go for satsang. So we have a satsang license. But people don't understand me. Arey Baba, you are a satsangi or they are satsangi. Who should have understanding? Therefore, those who are listening to satsanga, you have lost your right to be miserable. मरने भी नहीं देते. Friends, don't justify the wrong way of thinking. Just cool, compromise, and another important principle. Two persons can never stay together because of love. Remove that wrong notion from your head. Love is an illusion. See, Bhagavan Krishna says, Name dveshosti na priya. Nothing like love. Then two people stay together because of understanding and not because of love. But Swamiji, I had fallen in love. Good. Where did you get hurt? Fallen in love. See? It is never any love at any. All those who talk about is love, they have not understood one word about love. See? Satu asmin parama prema rupa amrita swarupa cha, that is love. Love for the divine is love. Love for the devil is lust. See, friends. Therefore, two persons can stay together only because of understanding and never because of love. See, friends. The moment we are clear about it, savadhanataya, then only we are living in alertness. Then drishyam hi adrishyatam nitva brahma karena chintayen. After this is done, then the next step is drishyam hi adrishyatam nitva. Now don't look at the objective world as an object of indulgence, but take the world to be nothing but Ishavastimidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. When you look upon the world as the God Himself, your attitude of indulgence, competition, possessiveness, hoarding and collecting, sangraha, everything will disappear. Only about the finite alone we think in terms of possessions. To infinite we belong. See, we don't possess India, we belong to India. We possess our small 2 BK. What is that? 2 BHK. That we possess. Somewhere, one person asked me, Swamiji, can you tell us some beautiful hoarding for our, new housing complex we are building? I said, yes, you write down. Buy a flat in our complex and you get Bombay free. When you are buying a flat in Bombay, you get Bombay free. Only pay for the flat. So, drishyam hi adrishyatam nitva. No more looking at the world as a world, but the divine presence. And Brahma karena chintayen vidwan nityam sukhe tishtet. As a result of this, vidwan, the wise one, nitya sukhe, he is ever abiding in blissful being. Sukhe tishtet. Dhiya chidrasa purnaya. Then his mind is no more frustrated, dejected, disgusted, ever fulfilled in life. See, friends, all that we have done in our life is try to fulfill our desires. But we have never given little attention. Have we ever discovered fulfillment in our life? This is what is Aparokshanubuti. Ebhirangai samayukto raja yogaha udarutaha kinchit pakva kashayanam hata yogena sayitaha paripakvam mano yesham kevalo yamcha siddhidaha guru daivata bhaktanam sarvesham sulabho javat. Thus, ebhi angaihi samayuktaha raja yogaha samarutaha. So, by these 15 principles of spiritual practice, we told you the Raja Yoga so that you can become more and more subjective and go beyond the subject-object relativity. But those who are little bit still far away, still in KG1, KG2, for them kinchit pakva kashayanam hatha yogena sayutaha. For them the hatha yoga is told. See, do asana, do pranayam, and go here and there, and go on chanting oh and disturb the whole society. Like that, do that, and somehow or the other come back. These yoga fellows, they will be doing either, the pranayam. And there is a competition. First of all, that doggy pranayam. What they call it, they first useless. Bringing out the tongue and nothing is going to happen. Or otherwise, go on pumping the air inside, No. All the problems are only in knowledge. Knowledge with objectivity is mind. Knowledge free from objectivity is consciousness. Discard the objective values. The subject also will disappear. Then we come to know that which was appearing as the subject itself was appearing as an object. All the colors and forms are existing in the vision. So, the eyes themselves have become colors and forms. The mind alone has become the vision, the hearing ability. The consciousness itself has become the mind. Abiding in this experience is Aparokshanubuti. Paripakvam mano yesham kevaloyam cha siddhidaha. Those whose mind is now well disciplined, perfectly educated. Two things. Disciplining of the mind is no more reacting to anything in this world. No reactions. What is the reaction? Reaction of the mind is that which is the default expression of the mind. And then it becomes a habit. And then we say, no, mera swabhav aisa hai. Is it a good thing? Spiritual practice means we have to change our habits and come to discover our divine nature. See, divine nature is swarupa and habits are swabhava. All the spiritual practice is changing our swabhava so that the swarupa can manifest. See, therefore here the teacher says, paripakva mano yesham. Those who have this cultured mind, now they are no more reacting to the world. They are no more wanting anything from the world, but they are one with the totality. No friends, no enemy, no duragraha. Don't insist for anything in this world. Don't try to evaluate who is right, who is wrong. It's not going to help. Just be yourself. And whatever is the duty, the position that we have to live, live your life happily and cheerfully. Paripakva manoesham kevalaha ayam cha siddhidaha. This path alone, what we have seen, this is the only way which can help us. And for whom? Guru Daivata Bhaktanam Sarvesham Sulabho Jawad this quickly. For those who are Guru Daivata Bhaktanam. See, we say Guru Maharaj, but we want a Guru like a mule. Please carry me. You do everything for me. Work hard. Nothing is free in this world. See? If I have hunger, you can't oblige Swami, don't worry, I will take food on your behalf. I have to eat. If I have doubt and confusion, I have to change myself. Nobody can help it. Therefore, the real devotion to the Guru is this. Change yourself so that the Guru is happy to see that you are growing spiritually. When is the father happy? When he sees that his son is doing better than him. Then the father is not jealous with the son. In the same manner, the guru is really happy when he sees that the disciple is unfolding. And what he himself is experiencing, the disciple is qualified to recognize that truth. That is the meaning of devotion to the Guru. Devotion to the Guru doesn't mean going and 100 times pulling his feet and wiping your dirty hands. That is the reason I cover my feet with it. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.